Well, it must be that time of the year. Tiffany has asked us to do a Meet the Trainer segment for the upcoming TechCom. My name is Andy Anderson. I have been working at a level 1 trauma center as one of the ER doctors for over 20 years now. Before that, I was on the ambulance for 9 years, first as an EMT and then as a paramedic. I also spent 9 years with the state SWAT team as one of their medics, and I am currently a part-time deputy sheriff assigned to the SWAT team as one of the medics. So last year, I was asked by Tom to do the tactical anatomy and range emergency training, and I'm honored that he asked me to give this presentation again. So if you didn't see it last year, here's another opportunity. After treating gunshot wounds in the street and in the ER for over 30 years, I have realized that what you see on television and in the movies is not what happens in reality. Handgun rounds compared to rifle rounds are rather wimpy, and shot placement is probably the most important thing to stopping a threat. However, we spend the majority of our time training on paper targets, and the paper targets are almost always perpendicular to the line of fire. And in reality, the bad guys may not be facing you. They may be quartered, they may be turned around and in profile. So knowing where that critical anatomy is located inside the body as the body turns through space is vital to stopping the threat. So I've got a lot of animations, 3D animations. I've got a lot of videos to show some real world instances of stopping the threat and just how resilient the human body can be. So the tactical anatomy portion of it is really for knowing where the anatomy is located so you can stop the threat as quickly as possible. I've also got a segment for range emergencies. Whenever people hear range emergencies, they always think about gunshot wounds, which they should. But I sent out a survey to several range master instructors, and no one replied that they had to treat a gunshot wound. They did go over things such as blood sugar problems, seizures, passing out, heat exhaustion. So there's a lot of other things that may happen besides just a gunshot wound on a range. If you're an instructor, I think both of these classes will be relevant. You'll be teaching your students how to stop the threat as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Also, if someone does come down with some type of medical emergency on the range, you'll be better prepared. If you're not an instructor, however, all of you are instructors because you wind up talking to your family and friends and taking them to the range. So all of you are instructors, whether you want to claim that title or not. But even if you're not at the range, if something happens at home and someone has an episode where they pass out, hopefully this will give you some background, be better prepared to treat those emergencies. So anyway, Tiffany wanted to give us a brief introduction. So my name's Andy Anderson. I'll be teaching the tactical anatomy and range emergency portions of the TACCON, and I hope to see you there. Y'all take care.